What's an ePub? What's a Mobi? And how do I actually format my ebook to be read on an e-reader? Stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details about today's topic, don't forget to hit subscribe. You'll be notified every week when I put out new videos about self-publishing, making a career out of being an author, and being a mompreneur. So first of all, I'm going to be talking to you today about what the different formats are for ebooks, why you need to convert your files, and how you do it. So usually I would break this up into multiple videos and talk about each topic individually, but I found that when someone is asking one of these questions, the other questions tend to follow very quickly. I've had people ask me, how do I convert to ebook? And I'm like, okay, well, there's multiple files. What are you looking to do? So all these questions go together. So I'm putting this all into one slightly longer video for you today. So if you're used to short videos, apologies, but this is going to be comprehensive for converting your files to ePub or Mobi for ebook. So what are the digital formats for ebooks? So there's several common formats that you will see in self-publishing and what the platforms will accept. Now, I am glad that I waited a couple more days to film this video because literally this week, Amazon sent out an email regarding Mobi. So for the longest time, Mobi, which is short for Mobi Pocket, was the ebook format for Amazon Kindle, KDP, Kindle apps, things of that nature. So it was a totally different ebook format that was dynamic. So depending on the size of your Kindle device or the device where your Kindle app was, you would have the correct responsive file. So as of earlier this week, I got the email saying that Kindle was not going to be supporting that anymore. They're going to ePub. Finally. That was the one outlier. And so I'm still talking about it because you'll probably still continue to hear about Mobi files, Mobi Pocket. And when you're registering your ISBN, you will probably still see Mobi Pocket as an option for some time until it's fully phased out. So Mobi Pocket was for Amazon, Kindle, and KDP specifically. But moving forward, you'll be able to just use ePub. Yay! All right, ePub is the same exact style format. It just has a different file name, but it does the same thing for your ebook where it's responsive. It's used on every other platform. So whether you're uploading to an aggregator like Ingram Spark, which requires ePub, Smashwords, which can convert to ePub, and the like, or you're uploading directly to Barnes & Noble, Apple, Google, Play, any of those, they require ePub files, or they will convert to ePub files for you. That is the dynamic one. Now the third form that I see, and this is mainly people who are in the creator space where they have a blog, they have some other kind of content they're putting out, and they want to put out an ePDF or an editable PDF. I've seen more authors inquiring about this, especially if they're selling a workbook or a journal, right? They want people to be able to download it and it's writable. So more people want to see that option and the kind of books that they're getting on their laptops or tablets. But keep in mind that this format is not accepted on Amazon as of this recording. So if you have something that's a workbook that you want to be in an editable PDF, you would need to sell that directly on Etsy or PayHip or a site like that where it will actually accept an editable PDF format. Okay, so why do you need to convert to these formats? Why can't I just take my Microsoft Word document or my Google Doc and throw that up there, or even something from my writing software? So as it currently exists, if you have Microsoft Word or you're using a Google Doc, it's not in a format that is translatable to ebook readers. So again, if you think about all the different devices where you can read an ebook, it can be an iPad, a Samsung tablet, your smartphone, a Nook, a Kindle. Those are all different screen sizes. You can hold them in different orientations. And so you would want the font of the text to adjust to the screen. That's called responsive. You see that all the time. If you're on a website on your phone or an app on your phone, it automatically responds to the size of the screen. So that is why you can't just take a .doc, .docx, or any of those files and just throw it up there. It has to be ePub for the responsive nature of it. So for the different platforms that you would upload to. Now, historically, you could upload a Microsoft Word file to KDP and it would be converted to Mobi for you. I always upload to StreetLib first because they would take my .doc file and they would convert it to all the different formats that I would want it in. But some platforms require you to come in with an ePub file, and that is Ingram Spark, which is an aggregator. You have to have an ePub file for distribution, Google Play, StreetLib, etc. So you already have to have that converted. Now, Ingram Spark does have a file creation system. I have never used it, and I have heard about difficulties with it. I don't think I've ever heard a story where it was successful, probably because that's not very exciting. Nobody would really talk about that. But I have never brought just a document there to be converted. I've always had the document converted elsewhere before uploading it there. So that is the one caveat there. Now, so we understand what the formats are, we understand why we need it formatted, but how do you actually convert to an ebook format? Now, there are a lot of options for you out there, which is really positive. So the good news is, for again, uploading to KDP for Amazon, it will automatically convert your Microsoft Word document to the correct file format for you. And that is a .doc file. Now, if you're using a self-publishing aggregator, you can upload your Word document to convert the file. So several options to do this would be Smashwords, Draft to Digital, and as I've already mentioned, Ingram Spark has their service. Now, I use Smashwords, and I really appreciate that because they have an auto vetting system that will notify me if they find any issues with the file conversion. So that way I can fix it there first before I go and take that converted ePub file and upload it to Google Play, to PayHip, etc. Now, one thing that's really specific for this is I have to upload a Microsoft Word document. It has to be the 97 to 03 version. So that is .doc, not .docx. That is super important and technical to remember that. And you'll notice when you save your file, you're probably working at this point in a .docx. If you have Microsoft Word, it's going to automatically save as .docx. You actually have to save as and find the 9703 version. And it may change a few things. So you always want to go back through that file and check. Another option for converting your files would be if you use a book drafting program like Scrivener or Vellum. I've never used one of these programs, but I have worked with authors who have. I think they each had a little bit of trial and error learning the system the first time around, but after a few tries, they were able to get that to work. So if you've purchased that software, you already have the capacity to convert to ePub format that you need. The last option would be to contact a professional print house. So you might usually contact these companies in order to do an offset run, but many also offer ebook conversion services. So Sheridan is one that I have worked with, and then there's formattedbooks.com as well that I also know people have worked with. So in general, when I worked with Sheridan for a book that's approximately 60,000 words for nonfiction, there were several images. The conversion ranged from $140 to $200. So you could probably also hire somebody directly to do the conversion for you, but check their references. So the last option I would recommend would be going with hiring out for a service. So as you can see, there's a lot that goes into determining the file types that you need and how you can get them converted. Now, I didn't talk about converting from a PDF to an ePDF or an editable PDF because that's something I don't really do often. And again, you can't upload that to Amazon. So I would definitely caution you to say, why do you feel you need an editable PDF? Was one person in your audience asking for it, or 10, or 20, or 30, or more? If it's just one person, that's probably not going to be worth the cost to you to convert to ePDF and then setting up an additional platform to sell it on. So just keep that in mind. So we've gone through all the things about what these formats are, how are they different, why you need it, and how to convert to it. But I definitely want to know what other questions you have about ebook files and how to convert to them. Let's definitely keep this conversation going in the comments. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That lets YouTube know that you're getting value from the information in this video and can get it in front of other authors like us. And now you can get back to writing your book. Hey, if you want to continue to support this channel and my other creative work, please head over to buymeacoffee.com and support my channel. You can buy me 1 coffee, 3, 5, 10, or you can even get a membership. Those who are in the membership are actually going to be included in the acknowledgements pages of all of my published books moving forward as a big thank you. And you can even get some additional options to get an Instagram thank you post shout out or a shout out in an upcoming video. Thank you so much for supporting this channel.